Good morning and welcome to this edition of KMVT's Community Connection. It's a sad reality, but statistics show that teenage girls are most often the victims of sexual assault. But there are programs out there geared to reduce your chances of becoming a victim. Joining me now is Brian Higgins from Success Martial Arts to tell us about personal protection for moms and daughters. Brian, thank you for joining us here today.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate it. Tell me about your program that you're offering to women of all ages.
Well, it's going to be January the 23rd. We're going to be over at the YMCA, and it's a free program for the community. And we usually title it Moms and Daughters because what we found is the girls who need it the most are least likely to come. However, their mom appreciates the value for her. And so if a couple moms grab a couple daughters, we usually generate a little bit better group and we're able to help more people.
And it's free, which is obviously amazing because it's good incentive to come, and also it's good on the pocketbook too.
Well, it just needs done. It's one of those where it's the right thing to do, so we just do it.
Okay, and how long have you been putting on this program for?
This has been in development for about 10 years now in different forms, and we've choked it down. It used to be an 8-hour program, and then it was a 5-hour program, and I keep cutting away the things that aren't really essential. And so now it's only 2 hours, which isn't a bad chunk out of your day.
And do you think the 2-hour program is a good amount of time to get all the material out there, and especially get into people's heads?
I think it's a great primer and a great starting place. Is 8 hours a more thorough experience? Sure. However, if it's 8 hours and no one makes the time to do it, then how many people are we helping? 2 hours we found most people can do. And then usually there's a small group of gals who participate who say, you know, we really do want to do a little bit more. And then we'll schedule a longer program for them.
What type of feedback you've been hearing from local people? Have you, any of your participants ever been in a situation that a sexual predator may have approached them?
You know, I've had more circumstances where it's after the fact, which is unfortunate. But it'll be a teenage girl or maybe a college gal, and parents will be nervous and worried, and they'll say, oh, you know, she had this happen when she was younger, and we don't want to have that happen again. Let's help educate her. And we've had some great results in that way, where there are gals who, at the beginning of the thing, they're terrified. And by the end, they're able to be assertive and use their voice and not just curl up in a ball and hope. The other thing in terms of feedback is I always get 3 pieces of feedback whenever we do this. The first one is, it's not what I thought. The second one is, it's better than I expected. And the third one is, boy, I'm glad I did that. And so I think that's an important thing for a lot of gals to understand. It's probably not what you expect. You've got one picture, and it may not be that. And you'll appreciate having spent the time.
Can you give us some insight on what the format would be for the program?
You know, the underlying thought here is I think most people assume that they see the uniform, and it's the karate guy, and it's self-defense, and so we're going to learn moves. And there's some physicality to it. But what I found is I can teach you all the gee-whiz cool karate stuff in the world. When you're scared, you forget. And so it doesn't do you any good. And so what we found is helping people through what we call an adrenal stress response, that you're going to be a little bit scared, and let's help you manage that. And then whatever you do physically is going to be much more effective. And so that's the thrust of the program.
All right, great. Well, it's coming up here on Saturday, January 23rd from 11 to 1. Free program held at the YMCA located at 1751 Elizabeth Street in Twin Falls. And it's free, of course.